there had never been an international tribunal of 4 countries coming together to put a group of men on trial for war crimes. So they were writing the case law as they were doing it. So, and it was a lot of well-intentioned people, who were trying to do the right thing. But, there was an enormous amount of stress and pressure on them too, because, a lot of people just wanted to shoot the Nazis and move on, but these men and women sort of said, no, we can't do that. And they sort of chose justice over vengeance.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.
It's an honor to finally meet you. I love the film. I really
Thank you.
enjoyed watching something that is very profound and very human. So in that aspect, I wanted to talk about, in the film we see a lot of people that are likable or nervous or in some aspects are good people. Do you try to manifest that in a certain way that we can see people humanizing, or just a system that also has its own cracks?
I mean, that's a great question. I think for me, it's a couple different things. I think it's, in terms of some of the characters who are Nazis in the film and sort of humanizing them, I think it that always is sort of scarier to me is people who are relatable and understandable and charming and yet capable of great horrors. In terms of the system, I think so many systems are cracking and under duress. And, one of the things that fascinated me about this story is no one had ever done this before. So they were making it up as they went along. There had never been an international tribunal of 4 countries coming together to put a group of men on trial for war crimes. So they were writing the case law as they were doing it. So, and it was a lot of well-intentioned people, who were trying to do the right thing. But, there was an enormous amount of stress and pressure on them too, because, a lot of people just wanted to shoot the Nazis and move on, but these men and women sort of said, no, we can't do that. And they sort of chose justice over vengeance, which I think is a sort of an extraordinary thing.
I also like very much that scene where Dr. Kelly goes to the radio station and speak out his own truth. So keeping that ending in mind, what was your intention actually? Because I feel like it's about the past, but it can also be a reflection of the present. So how do you feel about it?
I mean, I think that one of the reasons I wanted to tell this story is because I think we forget the past at our peril. And I think you have to look backwards in order to go forwards. And, that scene in particular, a lot of that dialogue comes straight out of Kelly's work and his book, 22 Cells in Nuremberg. So that is not necessarily just me, the writer-director, trying to say, here's the message of the movie. It's what Kelly believed and thought 80 years ago. And what was applicable 80 years ago is still applicable. One of many years ago, I made a movie called Zodiac with David Fincher, and he said something that always stuck with me, which was, good movies make you ask questions, bad movies give you all the answers. And so I love the idea that, that our film will make you ask some questions.
There are some scenes that I like a lot of this movie because they had their own symbolism, as you said. And one that I like a lot is when Dr. Kelly and Tris talk about when they are going to light that cigarette because they feel like the war isn't over yet, and I don't want to spoil the film, but yet when even the verdict is delivered, somehow Tris doesn't like that cigarette. So following that logic, when would you be able to light that cigarette in case that you're wondering that?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. I think that's a great question.
Thank you.
Is it ever real? No. I mean it sincerely. It's is it ever really over? Is it ever, is there, I think also, and again, I don't want to spoil the film too, but with Howie, who, by the way, again, these are all real people. I've had people be like, oh, what a great invention of a character. I'm like, no, he was a real person. That story is true. I think that there, again, he chooses not to do it at a very specific point, and something is happening. And again, it's, I think, not about vengeance. I think, it's we feel, we love the idea of revenge movies and the bad guys get it, and you know what I mean, and that means the world is all happy and hunky dory again. Real life doesn't really work that way, and so I think part of it is that. So I don't know, man. That's a great question. I don't know. You stumped me.
And I feel like that last talk about with Kelly and with Herman, it's very powerful, because actually I think that all the message of the movie is right there. So when you were writing that specific scene, what was your feeling about these characters and all the things that they live with each other?
I mean, I think it's. Thank you very much. I think it was, part of my job, and again, I don't want to spoil anything, but part of it is, it's what's not said too. It's what they're saying, but it's also the things that they're not saying, and it's the things they're avoiding, and the things, and we talked a lot. Russell Crowe and Rami Malek and I talked a lot about those scenes, because those scenes are really the heart of the scenes of the two of them, and so really are the heart of the film. And how they would approach each other, and how they would, just down to literally in the last scene, Russell doesn't move. He's just sitting in a chair, and he's sort of, and he won't even look at him. And thank you very much. And you're just trying to do the best job you can. It doesn't hurt to have two guys who both have an Academy Award performing your words.
Yeah, well, that is a lot.
Yeah,
and
it's not too just bad.
No, it's really good. And just to finalize this interview, what do you think that, there's not enough people living right now that live these atrocities, but how do you feel they get about this film?
I mean, it's been fascinating, because we were been able to bring out the film earlier in some other territories, and so I've been doing this for a little bit, and I've met so many people, some people who were in the camps, who are still alive, who've seen the film and had a really powerful experience with it. Other people who lost their fathers or their mothers, or so it's amazing how many people. These events, even though they were 80 years ago, still touch families and generations today. But another side of it is, I have young kids, and I talk to my kids about this period of time, and it's like talking to them about, the American Civil War. It feels so in the past for them, and so divorced from their own reality. And I really wanted to make this film to bring that past back alive for them in a modern way, so they could understand what happened and what went on, and hopefully what will never happen again.
You already said it, and thank you very much for your time. It's been a great time in the movie theater watching this film, and congratulations about it.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.